guys, my name is Elle and welcome to Little Bloom Library. Somehow it is already July. I don't know how I feel about that, but that does mean it's time for a July TBR. I decided I was going to challenge myself this month as well to read a little bit more than I normally do, which admittedly is not too much, but I have my little TBR jar that I created for myself here, and after I go through the books that I would really like to finish this July, we are going to pick something out of here and hope that it's not too big. So I only have 3 books on my TBR for July. I really love reading, but tend to find that I don't have a ton of time. And yes, you can always make time for reading, but I'm starting school again in August. I run 2 D&D campaigns and play in another one, and I have a lot of extracurricular activities that I kind of put upon myself. So it's difficult to read, but I'm hoping that having a July TBR will help me stick to my goal this month. The first book on my TBR is actually Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Now, this book is pretty old, and J.K. Rowling is a TERF, as we all know, but I have never actually finished reading the Harry Potter series. I started reading this at the end of June, so I am about halfway through this book already, so it should be complete within the next week, hopefully. But I'm actually really enjoying this book so far. As I said, I haven't actually completed all of the Harry Potter books before, and I'm kind of trying to do that. And I'm really close to being done, because this is the second to last book, so I'm hoping to finish this one in July. The next book on my TBR for July is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I am a huge V.E. Schwab fan. I absolutely love her work. I think she does incredible things. I know that she has said on multiple occasions that she is not an author for everyone because she doesn't tend to stick to one genre and writes what she feels like writing. She writes the stories that she has in her head, regardless of whether or not it will appeal to longtime fans or if it will bring in new ones. This is, I believe, one of the books that she said is kind of iffy for some of her fans. I have started reading this, and I was really enjoying it. It's definitely outside of the wheelhouse for Schwab from the other books of hers that I have read. I'm a huge Darker Shade of Magic fan, but I'm really excited to read this one because it does give me Haunting of Hill House vibes, which is absolutely, I think, my all-time favorite TV show. I absolutely love The Haunting of Hill House, and the cover is incredible. And the last book on my dedicated, I will get to these in July, TBR book, is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I will be the first to admit, I don't know how I feel about Sarah J. Maas because I am so aware that so many of her novels are really heteronormative and super whitewashed, and that is problematic, especially in literature geared towards young adults. However, I will say Sarah J. Maas is a guilty pleasure author for me, and this is one of those series that is a guilty pleasure reads series. So, I want to finish this book, and just like the other two, I have started this one. I'm about halfway through it, but I have been really bad about finishing what I've started recently. So, I'm going to try to finish this probably in a readathon later this month. And last but not least, we are going to pull a book from my TBR jar. If you're curious, you can actually get pretty professional looking TBR jars on Etsy and stuff. I thought that for me personally, it was more worth it to just go ahead and make my own because it was cheaper. So I have a little jar that I got from Michaels, some stickers that I got from Michaels, and some sticky notes that I just wrote the titles of books that I own and haven't read yet. As you can tell, I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet. So, we are going to pick this yellow one, maybe. I want this one. Okay. Oh my god, okay, so actually I'm kind of excited about this. The book that I got is Blessed Monsters, however, okay, so the book that I picked was Blessed Monsters, but that is the 3rd book in a trilogy, so we're gonna go with the 2nd book, which is Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. This is kind of a chunky book, and it looks like I almost tried to start it. I have 2 bookmarks in here. I know why I did that. We'll restart it. But I adored the first book in this series. It's so good. It's a gothic fantasy, and I absolutely ate up the first book. It has been a while since I read the first book, but I'm going to just jump into the 2nd book and hope for the best. I loved this book, the first one anyway, so I'm really hoping that this lives up to the first book in the series. But this is going to be our additional book that we're going to try to read in July. If it bleeds into August, oh well. I'm really excited that we got this one. So, This is my TBR for the month of July, a measly 4 books. I'm going to start with reading the Harry Potter book, and then I think over either this coming weekend or the weekend after that, I'm going to do a readathon for Gallant and A Court of Frost and Starlight, and that's what it's called, and then hopefully start Ruthless Gods by the halfway point of July. Fingers crossed. It's a plan. I like making those. I'm not always the best at sticking to them, however, so hopefully we will get through all 4 of these books in the month of July. So I will also be posting sometime in the near-ish future a get to know me bookish video as an introduction to this channel. I'm not new to YouTube, but I am new to the Booktube community. I have been wanting to have a dedicated Booktube channel for a while now, but just hadn't really gotten into it fully yet. I'm also really excited because I just finally, after about 8 months of being on the waitlist, managed to get on the Fairy Loot subscription box service, which I am so excited about. So look forward to some unboxing videos of Fairy Loot coming up, as well as TBRs, book reviews, any other bookish video I can think of that I would like to make for y'all. And if you're interested in keeping up with this bookish journey, don't forget to hit the like button down below and the subscribe button if you're new here. If you're someone coming over from my previous channel, I'm so glad that you have stuck around. And I will see you guys again in the next video, whenever that may be. And until then, peace out guys and happy reading.